update on Ilya?
Yeah, Ilya's got a broken thumb. It's going to require surgery. He's going to have that surgery here in a couple days, I think, and it's looking like a minimum of 8 weeks recovery. So it's a big loss for us. It's very unfortunate for Ilya, who's having an excellent camp for us and looked to be poised to have a big season. But he was back in the gym here today with the guys and training and all of that, and doing what he can to make sure he stays ready. So we'll obviously be here and ready for him when he comes back.
Is that part of the key with him now? John was saying after the game tonight, Sheldon, he's coming out of a shell a lot more. Ilya is, and to have the setback now. How as a staff have you guys kind of assured that doesn't derail him that way? I guess.
Yeah, I think.
Mentally, I suppose. That's what I ask.
Yeah, that really is important. For any injured player, you immediately sort of feel disconnected from the team. You're on a different schedule. You're not traveling with the team. You're obviously not part of the games. So it is important that we continue to have him involved. Like I said today, he was in here early doing his work before most of the guys got in, but he's still around the group, and I think that's important for him. Most important here now, obviously, is he get through his surgery well and he works on his recovery. I have no doubts just in terms of his work ethic and the time that he puts in the gym and on the ice. The nature of the injury, he'll be able to skate before too long, I would think, and his legs and skating obviously is a big part of his game. So we'll miss him for sure when he's gone, but I know he'll work very hard to make sure he's ready when he's healthy.
It seems like some guys, a number of teams dealt with injuries throughout the preseason, and it seemed long this year. Would you be in favor of a shorter preseason in future seasons, or do you think 3 weeks, 6 games is necessary?
Well, I don't think it was any longer than any previous season, other than, of course, last, with no exhibition. But I think I've answered this question previously, and I think it's different for each player, right? I think the established NHL players, I think it's probably too long. Doesn't need to be that long. Doesn't need to be that many games. But each player probably is a little bit different. But I think generally speaking, the players don't require 3 weeks to get ready. But there's a lot more that you're trying to sort through in a preseason. You've got younger players that are trying to get themselves established, they're trying to learn the system, trying to adjust to the league, you're trying to evaluate. There's a lot of other things that are happening more so than just preparing the NHL players. So I think that the structure that's been in place has been there for a great length of time, and I don't suspect it's going to change a whole lot. And I think in terms of how we manage these weeks, it's very unfortunate we lost Ilya to injury, but I think generally speaking we come out of it pretty healthy here. We had a couple bumps and bruises along the way where guys missed some time, but we got a lot of really good work done in practice. We were able to spend our time out in Gravenhurst, and I thought was very productive. So there's things that happen within this time frame that allowed us to to feel more prepared for Wednesday.
What's the word on Austin?
Austin's not at the point right now where he's feeling comfortable playing. He's still not quite there, so he's not going to be available for us for this week here, which is why you saw him in a different jersey and not part of a line today. So we're just sort of adjusting to that reality. But clearly you guys are watching that he's not very far away here. So our most important thing right now is to make sure he's 100% comfortable. He went through a season last season where he was not playing at 100%, and he's gone through this procedure to be in that position, and we'll make sure that we're patient enough to allow that to happen. As I said, I think he looks terrific out on the ice, and he shows the impact he's going to have when he does get in the lineup for us. But he being 100% confident and comfortable is the most important thing for us right now, so we'll be patient as that process plays out here.
So next Monday, the earliest trigger?
Yeah, I'm not expecting to be available for any of the first 3 games.
What did you like, or what was the thinking behind the lines that you had in his absence now? Obviously, John, we've seen him up there before, but can you kind of walk us through the thought process there?
Yeah, obviously I hadn't put John there, say for a few shifts or maybe a practice or something through camp, because we were counting on the fact that Austin, was gearing towards being available for us. But shifting gears here now, I like John in that spot. We've used Kerfoot with Nylander and Mikheyev throughout a lot of the portion of the camp. So no Mikheyev here now, so we'll put Bunting there. So we're confident with that. I've like Camp and Cash all the way through together. So I just thought the lines just sort of fell in place for us once we knew that Austin wasn't going to be available in the early going here.
Sheldon, what tip the scales in Mike Amadio's favor at Camp to have him on the team this year?
Yeah, it was a tough decision. One, frankly, that I was not overly involved in. It's a management decision for them to sort through. As a coaching staff, we believed in both players. We've got more history with Adam, obviously, and he was a big part of our team last season down the stretch. He came in and played a very important role for us and did extremely well, and he's had a good camp here. Mike Amadio, at the same time, has got significantly more experience in the league and has also had a very good camp here. So, a decision had to be made, and obviously was made, and we'll see how the situation plays out with Adam. But I've already talked to him here today. I really am happy with how he's progressed over his time with the Marlies and to the role that he played for us last season. So it's difficult to see him in this situation, but we value him as a player, and one way or another, I'm going to be happy for him today. He's going to be either remaining in the NHL with another club, or he's going to be remaining in our organization, and we like a lot about him. So that would be a win for us. And I think he of course would like to remain here, but the waiver system's in place for a reason. That's to give guys a chance to remain in the NHL.
So what do you like about Amadio then?
I like his skill set. He's got good size, good skill set, versatile guy, can center, wing, power play, penalty kill. Really good poise with the puck, very confident guy. He's spent a great deal of his offseason here in the facility training, so I just feel like he was really comfortable coming into camp, and that was an advantage for him. Also an advantage for our staff and our other players, teammates and such, to get comfortable with him. I think in each situation that we gave him throughout this preseason, that I think did a really good job for us. So I think he's just a good player in that sense, and I think he's a confident guy that's looking for an opportunity here. And obviously, if the Mikheyev injury doesn't happen, it might look a little different. But these opportunities come about, and I know he's excited for it.
With Austin out, and it looks like Richie as the net front, maybe John moved over the flank on the power play. How much does that change the dynamic?
Well, the dynamic does change. We were working mainly on 5-on-3 today, so our 5-on-4 will have a different look than what you saw today. So that group was doing 5-on-3 while Spez's unit was doing 5-on-4. So tomorrow it'll be a little bit different than that, but definitely we do have to adjust from what we were charting towards.
The goalies will split. Have you settled on who's gets the first start Wednesday?
Yeah, Jack will go Wednesday, Peter Thursday.